We now move on to the co-main event of Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic, UFC 309 fight card. Let's get right into it, but before we do, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, and follow, and hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload. We will be live for Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul this Friday at 10:20 p.m. UK time. We will also be live for Jon Jones versus Stipe Miocic the following day at 10:50 p.m. Let's go. Your co-main event is Charles do Bronx Oliveira versus Iron Michael Chandler. There is also another Iron Mike fighting this weekend. Mike Tyson versus Jake Paul. Michael Chandler is 23-8. His country is United States. He stands at 5'8" tall. He weighed at 172 pounds. And his last win has a reach of 71.5 inches and a leg reach of 37.5 inches. While Charles Oliveira, on the other hand, is 34-10-0 with 1 no contest. His country is Brazil. He stands at 5'10" tall. He weighed at 171 pounds in his last win, has a reach of 74 inches and a leg reach of 41 inches. Charles Oliveira and Michael Chandler have faced off before. I do believe Charles Oliveira was your victor. Michael Chandler, though, had a very good start to the fight. Very, very good start. He starts very quick. Kind of reminds me a bit like Iron Mike Tyson with how quick he starts. Almost put Charles Oliveira away in the first round. But basing it off of these stats, Charles Oliveira has a 2.5 inch reach and a 3.5 inch leg reach. He also has a 2 inch height advantage. Charles Oliveira's record has a lot more than Michael Chandler. He has 2 more losses and 11 more wins over Michael Chandler. But let's move on to win buys to see how they've got it done in their previous fights. With Michael Chandler having a 48% KO TKO, 30% submission, a 22% decision with an average 5 times sit round, an average 5 times sit in 8 minutes, and a knockdown average of 1. While Charles Oliveira, on the other hand, has a 29% KO TKO, 62% submission, 9% decision with an average 5 times sit around 7 minutes, and a knockdown average of also 1. Most of Michael Chandler's wins are coming by knockout, while most of Charles Oliveira's are coming by submission. But altogether, most of their wins are stoppages. So already, Michael Chandler, keep it on the feet, blitz him, and try and brutalize this fight. Charles Oliveira, get on the inside, get it taken down, make Michael Chandler make mistakes, and get him down. But let's move on to significant strikes to see how they performed in their previous fight on the feet. With Charles Oliveira having an average of 3 punches landed per minute, 53% significant strikes, an average of 3 punches absorbed per minute with a defense of 51%, while Michael Chandler, on the other hand, had an average of 5 punches landed per minute, 46% significant strikes, an average of 5 punches absorbed per minute with a defense of 46%. Michael Chandler had the better of the output, had a little bit worse of a significant strike percentage. He absorbed more and had a worse defense on the feet. Although Michael Chandler didn't have the best of everything on the feet, I still think he should keep it on the feet, keep it striking, and try not to gash yourself out as quick. Try and be smart with it, be tactical, and try and go in there and hurt Charles Oliveira, but take your time with it because you'll gash yourself out. Charles Oliveira, though, on the feet, basing off his last fight, it could be a fairly competitive fight. I'm trying to not base it off their previous fight together. I'm trying to just base it off the stats. But I think it's a fairly even fight based off the stats. Let's move on to the grappling to see how they performed in the forms of grappling in their previous fights. With Charles Oliveira having an average of 2 takedowns, 40% takedown accuracy, 55% takedown defense with a submission average of 3, while Michael Chandler, on the other hand, had a takedown average of 2, 38% takedown accuracy, 71% takedown defense, and a submission average of 1. Charles Oliveira should use his takedown average and his takedown accuracy, which wasn't great in his last fight, but neither was Michael Chandler's. Michael Chandler should use his takedown defense, just based it off the grappling stats, to keep it on the feet. Keep it on the feet as best as you can. Charles Oliveira, get it taken down. You did a lot better at submission averages. You had a bit of a worse takedown defense. You had a little bit of a better takedown accuracy, and you had the exact same takedown average as Chandler in his last fight. Based off of all the stats, I think Michael Chandler should keep it on the feet and Charles Oliveira should get it down. I don't think Charles Oliveira should strictly just go get it down, or Michael Chandler should go and strictly keep it on the feet. I think they both can mix it up, and I think just based off of these stats, it's a fairly even fight. Remember, this is just the stats, not their actual fights, no footage, nothing. It doesn't tell you how long their last fight was, this is just the stats. So how do I think it plays out? I think Charles Oliveira gets it down. I think Michael Chandler's going to try and blitz him right at the start of each round. And it depends on how many rounds it goes. I think Michael Chandler's going to try and blitz him on the feet. And Charles Oliveira is going to take his time, get it down, go for a submission, and win again. But that's just my thoughts and my opinions. What do you guys think? Who do you think wins and how do you think they win? Apart from that, I will catch you in a bit. Take care and peace.